where jiu-jitsu comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because it's fun, and you're getting in shape while you're doing something that's fun, and it's interesting. Like you're learning new things. Like, oh, if you put your foot there, boom, the guy just goes over. Wow. And then you try it in live training, and it happens. Like, wow, now I have a new technique in my arsenal. This is incredible. And then you drill it with your friends. You practice on each other. I mean, that is so huge about that sport because it's so multifaceted. And literally, the more you know, the better you are at it. It's like not that much dependent on physical strength.
Yeah.
Like, physical strength is only one aspect of it. There's people that are way weaker than me that are way better than me.
Well, there's also like it's so customizable for body types, your mentality. Like it just there's just you know. There's certain things that my body type, it just doesn't work for, right? And you adapt, you know, to whatever it is. And you can get really good, even if you're not a super athletic dude. You just see it. There's like a real fucking skinny dweeby guy, and he's a fucking brown belt. And he's like, oh no, this guy will choke the fuck out of anybody in here.
Choke the fuck out of you, yeah. It's like 140-pound guys will just kill you.
Oh my God. Oh, we'll fucking destroy you.
It's so demoralizing.
Dude, oh my God.
Yeah, but that's the reality of this sport.
Yeah.
And I think it's beautiful because it's the only martial art that does as advertised. Because martial arts, the whole idea is like if you were Bruce Lee, like when I was a kid, Bruce Lee was the fucking man. I remember I saw a Bruce Lee movie when I was a little kid. I was over at my friend's house and it was on television. I couldn't believe it. Like, look at this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I wanted to get nunchucks. I wanted to do it. But the reality of like a bunch of people rushing you, like, now this one comes at you. Now that guy goes, no. In the real world, people just fucking pile on top of you. And no one can really, if they're a smaller person, you're probably in a lot of trouble if someone's bigger and stronger than you in like a wild fisticuffs situation. But in jiu-jitsu, the smaller person really can defeat the larger unskilled person all the time.
Every time.
Every time.
Every time.
That's not the case.
Yeah.
In,
unless we said it before. If it's a freak athlete, you get a big professional football player, right?
Right.
I mean, you got to be, this little guy better be real good, right?
Real good.
But,
yeah.
But like, you know, like every time, you know, I was reading some book and it was just like, they were just talking about like, if you get to your blue belt, you can literally with your hands murder like 90% of the people you encounter in life.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like
somewhere around there.
Yeah, like just, and that's like, you know, not that you want to murder people, but I'm saying like you like defend to the death, dude. And when you talk about martial arts, like jiu-jitsu is like, you can choke somebody to death. You can break their fucking limbs. Like it is pretty hardcore when you really, to its fullest, like when it's not respectful and you're tapping. And if it's used for what it was initially used for, I mean, it's a really brutal martial art.
And here's what's important. You use it exactly the same way in training as you do on the street. So the problem with striking martial arts were, if you were sparring, particularly if you're sparring with your friends, you always pulled back. Like you never tried to knock your friends out. You always like at least something pulled back. In jiu-jitsu, you go full blast.
Yeah.
So you're going full blast together. And you're constantly used to someone going full blast. So if you're on the street and all of a sudden there's some fucking altercation and you're clinching with a guy, it's automatic.
Instinctual, that's
automatic.
And you're going against usually a guy that is either your level or better than you, which is like, it's just the way it's like designed. Like you're just really designed, iron sharpens iron, and you're going with guys that it's built to, it's like comedy. It really is, because you can't fake it. You can't fake it. You have to have the stage time. You have to have the reps. You have to have the mat time, and that's the big parallel between those two. And I think that's why a lot of comedians do jiu-jitsu and they can get into that mentality. Is that right there?
It's also great to kill. It kills anxiety.
Yeah,
kills anxiety.
Yeah,
if you get good at jiu-jitsu.